Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Legacy United. This is Voyager class Cybertron universe Starscream. So what we're going to do this video, we're going to have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. As you can see, there's loads of bits that come with him. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him and indeed use his accessories. We're going to bring in the original Cybertron Starscream, the small one. We're going to bring in a couple of other Starscream figures that are used pretty much the same mold, or at least of the same size. And then just for a bit of fun, I don't even think you're going to be able to see this, I'm going to bring in the other one of him from the Cybertron toy line, which no, you can't see at all. I'll show you in a minute. It is of course the huge one of him, just to see, I suppose, how they've done a really good job in this figure. Now you'll notice that he's already unboxed, and that is again because, to be honest, I wanted to get a bit ahead with this video and try and make it a little bit shorter, but there's so many things that I feel that I need to show you about him rather than just there he is out of the box already, because what you've got is basically like a skeletal figure, which you can see there, which, don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely fantastic, but that is how he comes packaged in the box with all of these accessories. So I wanted to show you, I suppose, how to attach them all when you get it from the box. But before we do that, let's have a look at it. The packaging, amazing. There's the alternate mode, because of course he is packaged in robot mode. There is the now very familiar Legacy United artwork, just the one half of it. It's 26 steps. It's not too bad, to be fair. Hopefully you've seen the tutorial that I've loaded up already before this video. And then of course, because we've got him in robot mode, there is the full artwork of the robot and indeed the bust of the main part there. Right, let's have a look at this guy then. So he does look really good. He looks really good without his accessories. So if you're watching this at a later date, it's not too bad. Don't get me wrong, he looks really good with everything. So I suppose the best thing to do is just to show you them. So you've got the two tail wings. What would you class them as? Because it's obviously not based on a real jet, it's based on a Cybertronian jet. So when you're putting these on, make sure you've got the red facing in, because when you transform it out that way, you need it to be on the outside. I made that mistake myself at first. You've then got a cyber key, which doesn't really do anything, as in what I mean is there isn't any gimmick with it, but what you can do is you can either store it in the back like so, or you can also store it in the back of the gun, which I think is a brilliant, nice touch. So the gun is translucent, which looks great, and then you can pop this in the back as well. I'll keep that there just for now. In fact, I'll pop it into, no, I won't. I'll save that to the next part. And then we've got the side wings, which again have got the blades. You have to manually flip these down, but we'll have a look at that in more detail in the final part of the video. I'm just bringing all these out and attaching them all for you. So this, as you can see, is what he should look like, which I'm sure you'd agree. As I say, I think he looks great. Every single little detail on this is brilliant. Now he's a Voyager class price point, and with this you really get a sense of that. And what I mean by that is if I spin him around, there's no gaps straight away. There's no gaps, which I think is brilliant, considering, you know, there could be loads. There's some little gimmicks on it. There's quite a few accessories, and in fact, let's just look at the articulation. So the head sculpt is brilliant. Look at the molding detail on absolutely all of the parts. There's just loads and loads of detail. It's crazy. The head can rotate all the way around, unrestricted. It can look down a fraction, but it can't really look up. So there's a little bit of restriction there. This is where it gets clever. With regards to the arms, if you come up to there, this catches on there straight away. But what you can do is you can just disconnect it ever so slightly, and then you've got full range of motion. So you can give full T. So you can lift this out and then it will come all the way up, which is brilliant, obviously, because you're thinking that these huge shoulder pads will in fact restrict it, when they don't. You can just move them. There's a borderline butterfly joint there. That's nothing to do with transformation either. It is literally for posability, which again is great. You've got the swivel at the top of the shoulder with and without the big pad over it. You've got like a double sort of bicep flexion, because if I can show you, it does fold back on itself. So it's not double, but it goes all the way over on itself. There is a wrist swivel as well, and you can see the forearms are covered up, so there's no gaps there, which is great. Even with all this kibble, there's a waist swivel. You can actually take it all the way around if you just slightly disconnect this at the back, and you can then take it all the way around if you wanted to. It's not too detrimental. You can see there's hardly a huge gap, but I don't think you need to anyway. But you can, as I say, just unclip, and then you can do that. Then of course you've got the legs. This will kick past the point of 90 degrees, go back past the point of 90 degrees, so you can do more than the full splits, and of course out to the side. Again, incredible articulation. Swivel at the top of the hip, knee bend, ankle full tilt all the way out and over, toe tip rock, heel rock, absolutely sensational. Gary Barlow, if anybody's from the UK, they might just get that, but there you go. So I wanted to do this figure some justice. I wanted to do some proper first impressions, and as you can see, stunning. Right, with regards to the rest of the video, we're going to come back, have a look at him in his alternate mode, then come back into this mode and do some of the comparisons with the figures that you saw and some others as well. Okay, then we're back and he's in his alternate mode, and to be honest, again, it's really, really good. And one of the main reasons why it's really good is because there's so many things that you can do with it. Before I show you some of them things, again, let's have a look at the detail on it. As I've already mentioned, there just seems to be so much extra molding detail. It's crazy. We've got the lovely translucent purple cockpit there, which always surprises me why they've got a cockpit for humans that shouldn't be on Cybertron. But anyway, then we've got some details at the back. You know, you can put some blast effects in there at the back. You could also put some blast effects on the front of all of these. There's loads of things that you could do. I haven't even got to the accessories yet. I've obviously attached the wings. Either way, this looks great, and I love toys like this, toys, as I say, that are genuinely a bit of fun. I don't know if that'll go, no, it won't go on there. Right, you can, of course, if you want to, you can bring out the blades like so. These will come round. Now there's two things that you can do with the gun. Both of these are detailed in the instructions. Now the one way of displaying it is you see these tabs here, and then you've got some cutouts there in the top of the gun, sorry, in the underside of the gun, these slots there. So what you can do is you just guide it through there, line that up. You can see I'm lining that tab up there and then pushing it over, and then that attaches like so over the top, which, to be honest, I think with the blades out looks okay that way round. What I mean by that is there's another way you can do it in a second. I'm going to show you. This still means that you can attach the cyber key in the back, or indeed, if you wanted to, again, into the back of the actual gun. So that's what it looks like, full profile like that. Supposed to give you an idea of just how long it is. There we go, industry standard deluxe long drag strip. This is a long alternate mode. It's really big. We've got the little Jurassic Park Jeep there, much bigger masterpiece figure there. It's a nice, good enough size Voyager class figure, to be honest. Now the other way that you can do this, and this again is quite clever, I'm just going to tuck these away for now. We're going to open up this part here at the bottom like so. That's some of the inner transformation you can see there. And then I'm going to take this out, and hopefully I'm going to get this right, but you can then tab this again via them slots over that on the leg there, close this around it, and you can have it underneath as a blaster underneath as well. And once again, if you wanted to, you could attach blast effects or maybe the long thinner one to things all there. The good thing is, as I say, you can literally store everything on this figure in both modes, and I'm sure you'd agree. As I say, it looks great. There's nothing detrimental, there's nothing sticking out which shouldn't be. Sometimes when you put accessories on, you're putting them on for the sake of it, whereas with this, it's great. I mean, I suppose I've just done a video where Mark Clonus has put things like this on the underside of gears, and I suppose again it'll work like that with him. So there's, again, so much fun, so many things you can do with this. I think I've pretty much covered everything in this mode. We're gonna need to come back now, final time, with him in his robot mode, see what he looks like with all his accessories, and of course do them all important comparisons. So then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and let's have a look at how good he is with these accessories. Please forgive my attempt at posing because they're not the greatest, but what I do want to show you as well is you can attach these bits in this so they look a little bit like his good old-fashioned null rays, because you can attach them there. Once again, you know, you don't have to have these on, you can have them off. It makes him look that little bit sleeker, but I like these big shoulder pads, and again, I like the fact that you can do lots of different things with him. Now, unfortunately, there's no spring gimmick where this will fire in, but you can, of course, bring these down. So he's got these blades there, energon blades. You've got the gun, which again, if you wanted to, you can just pop the cyber key into the back and then pop that there. Because of all the movements in the biceps and the shoulders, the articulation and the posability in this guy is crazy. You can, again, as well, put the blast effect onto the gun, which looks really good. I was just actually going to see if it can hold the weight of it and it can. It was just, I thought, will it hold it? But as you can clearly see, it does. No issue whatsoever. If you wanted to, for whatever reason, because some people do, some people want to put the guns at the back, otherwise they wouldn't make the space for it. Now you can pop the gun in there like so, and you can hide it at the back. Of course, you can again take this out, pop this into the back. It's just nice that they've got these in. And even though I completely missed pretty much all of, in fact, yeah, most of the Cybertron toy line, to be honest. I was collecting Transformers then, but I was buying all my old G1 stuff back, so I saw these but didn't really get to enjoy them until now, which is another great reason why I do like the fact that they are venturing into loads of different toy lines. Right, let's do some Starscreams first and foremost. So that is the Earthrise mold, but it is of course the Studio Series version with the crown on. That is the Siege one, and I do believe, because I'm sure I've seen images, it does, but it's quite a loose fit. It does fit on, you can see it is quite loose. You may have to, you know, maybe put it, like I cheat sometimes with the chests and put a bit of blue tack on it and stuff. It will go on it, but you know, as soon as you move it around, it'll fall off. But it fits. I mean, I suppose that's literally all that matters. It fits. So there's two Starscreams there. If I can bring, in fact, no, we'll take these out of the way because they're different toy lines. So we've got them. Now what we've got here is reactivate Starscream, again totally different toy line. Armada Starscream, so I still believe that he falls under the Unicron trilogy. Now look how much bigger this particular figure is. They're in like a completely different league. However, the only one thing that's not a little disappointing, but again, we know this, we know how figures have shrunk over the years. That's the original. Granted, it's the different color. This is from the Vector Prime twin pack, but this is the original Voyager class Starscream. So you've got the same blades which come out. You've got pretty much the same everything, to be honest. I mean, the Cyber Key is much bigger, but the figure itself, as you can see, is again much bigger, especially compared to these. But you know, you've got the added articulation points on here, which I can clearly see. I need to do a review on this guy actually, just to see how much different he is. Of course, if you wanted to, you know, you can take any other weapons with a 5mm port and indeed pop them in. This is going to be quite difficult. Let's see if I can do it. This is probably the only figure that I really wanted from that particular toy line, and that's because I just love gigantic figures. It's not even up to his kneecap. That's insane. It's literally, yeah, right on the knee bend. Let's lift this up. That was, I think, was it classed as Supreme class? I'm not too sure. Just in honesty, it's just a great figure. It really is huge. And again, I'll do my best to get around to getting a video of this one done as well. Right, that's the huge one, so that's not even a fair comparison. Only this is for people now. Oh, let me get the camera back down. I'm not going to do all of the figures, but if you collect G1 like myself and you're wondering how big he is, that's how big he is compared to G1 Prime. If you collect the mainline figures, here we go. That's core class. Where's the rest of my figures gone? There is another Voyager class figure. I need some deluxe class. Let me see what we've got. Knocking around here. Oh, of course, here we go. Here is same toy line. There he is, and indeed there is Hound. So that should give you an idea of just how big he is. As I say, fantastic figure. Really surprised. Wanted to do, well, had the intention of doing quite a short video on him, but I just want to get everything covered. Hopefully I've done him some justice. He's really surprised me how good he is. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys. Take care.